I wonder if I might get anybody viewing this. I just thought I would start something quite random. And what I have got to do for a start is I've got to clean this front-facing camera. Excuse me. Better. The front-facing camera isn't exactly right. Maybe I should have told people about this. I might have a few people watching this hopefully in a few minutes, so I'm just going to let the camera roll. This is an impromptu live stream at the Great British Car Journey at what is a Fiesta of Fords, and I'm just going to literally twist the camera around to show you what we have here. This is how big this show is. This is coming out as an episode, probably in 2 parts. There was just too much to do. And this museum is just it's just huge. It's just huge, and I plan to go in there on a separate day. Now currently we have 0 people watching this, so I am currently standing here talking to myself. Anyway, I'm going to let the camera roll and see if we get a few people tuning in. It is random and it is Saturday, so I just thought I'd give it a try. Oh God, grief. Fiesta! Yes, lovely. Right, now for some reason on these live streams I can't switch between the front camera and the rear camera. So I'm going to have to keep sort of swiveling you around. As you can see, we've got more Fords here. We've got a Ford Sierra Azure right next to me, and I will move this tripod in a second. We have somebody. Hello, sir. Who are you? Right. Put a comment. Nick, how are you? Good, man. I heard about your problem, and that sounds really weird. I am looking well, and I'm feeling well because this has been an amazing day. The weather has just been unbelievable this weekend, and I couldn't have asked for a better show to bring my old girl. I'll just move you in here. I'll give you a bit of a camera angle. We got 2 people now. Yeah, I did hear about your problem, Nick, and that sounds like a weird problem. The PCV valve shouldn't have been a different size, so you might have bought a really cheap aftermarket one, but I couldn't figure out why it would just stop misbehaving. Oh, I'm actually going to show you another car. It is zoom it round. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. That is a now I will say one thing. The camera is inverted. When we do the front facing camera, it's inverted, so it's back to front. So yeah, as you can see by the TXE exit sign, yeah, that is a Focus ST170, which is turned up to the show. We've had a few Focus Mark 1s, 2 ST170s, and a few RSs, which I'm very pleased about. But I literally thought, I think Nick, you're the only one who's on this at the moment. I thought I'd do just a random live stream. I've done, as I say, I've done probably 2 hours worth of footage, of which I've got to go through, and then decide what I do from there. But I thought I'd do a live stream at a show because I'm practically done in terms of filming and what I've seen. But I could be here for another hour or so, so I thought I'd do a live stream and just have a general chat. If anybody wants to come on here, I know it's Saturday afternoon. It's Sunday afternoon. I think it's a Saturday because in my head I'm not going to work tomorrow, but I am back at work tomorrow. But Sunday afternoon, most people are probably at car shows or have much better things to do than listen to someone wearing a Peaky Blinders flat cap talk about cars. But hey, we have our second person. Who are you, sir? Who's the second person watching this? Put it in the comments. Say hello. I am at a Fiesta of Ford Show at the Great British Car Museum, the Car Journey, I should say, which it's the first time I've been to this place. And secondly, I've just got to show you this. That's a genuine Escort Mexico. There have been a few fake ones in this show. There was a fake Sierra Osworth, RS Cosworth. Excuse me. There was a fake one where I couldn't tell. I actually couldn't. I thought it was a genuine one. And to be fair, as someone who's learning about the XRs and the RS stuff of the 80s, 90s, I'm actually coming on. I've actually gone to this show and I actually kind of know what I'm talking about a bit more, because I didn't know much about 80s XR stuff, but I've learned a few things today, and I think that's what it's all about when you go to a car show. Enjoy the cars and learn something new. I am going to spin this tripod. We've got a huge road that goes all the way up there, and it's quite noisy. This museum is based at Matlock in Derby, so it took me an hour and 15 minutes to get here from Birmingham on the A38, and oh, someone's left. Someone thinks this is boring, so Nick, you're the only one left, buddy. So yeah, so I thought I'd just do an impromptu live stream. We've got a lovely Ford Escort standing right before us. I'm no doubt people will probably watch this back and think, what the hell's he talking about? But I'm just going to actually turn you around, and we're just going to come over here. Apparently they've done some award presentation on the XR2 Owners Club. The XR Owners Club are the hosts of today, and they've just had a bit of a prize giving. I'll tell you what I need to do. If I just bring you up here, I need to get one of these flagpoles made up. I would like to get one of these made up for the Mark 1 preservation group. They're very expensive, and it could cost me quite a lot of money, so I might have to do a bit of crowdfunding for that, because to get one that tall, and I would like one that tall, would cost about £200 with printing. So I might do a bit of a crowdfund between all the Mark 1 members as a group flag. It won't be mine, it will be the club's. Simple as. We have something not interesting leaving, and then a Mercedes that's leaving. I'll turn you around in a second. But yep, we've made it in the Mark 1, and I've had a lot of people come up to this car. Oh, that is nice. Yes. Very appropriate car to drive today. I am going to move this camera around. I'm actually going to shut the boot, actually. And I might try and bring you around just a little bit. It is a huge show. I'm trying to not bring you into the sunlight, because it's quite difficult to get a good focus. This front-facing camera cannot deal with the sun, and the sun is coming from this way. So I'm facing you this way, and there's a lot of activity. We've got a Mark 1 Fiesta, which actually has just come into the show. I did not do a video on this car, so that's a bonus. I think it's got the fishnet headrests, which was a thing on Capri 2-litre S's and Audi Quattros of the same age. Quite vintage, really. I don't know whether it would have had them from brand new, but hey. But yeah, honestly, I think today I must have seen. I mean, we go up here. I can't really see what you're seeing here, but I think there's about 200 cars here, ish. And I think this is a really good place to have a car meet. But in terms of Mark 1 numbers, I need to guarantee at least 100 will turn up, and I've got a feeling that wouldn't be the case. But I've been to this venue now, and I think this is a really good place to have a meet. If the admins of the Focus Mark 1 group are watching this, or watching it previously after I've done it, this is a good place. An idea for Mark 1 group meets. Ooh. The familiar sound of a Mark 1 with a Kent engine. Yeah, I like Mark 1 Fiestas. They're absolutely amazing. Well, I'm blessed that 2 of you are watching this. Who's the second person? Give me a comment on here. Let me know that you're watching this. I need to know who you are, because I've only got 2 people watching this at the moment. I'm 10 minutes in. I'm a bit afraid to move out of the sun, because if you did put a comment, I can't see it on my screen because it's that bright. And you know how it is when it's sunny, you can't see your mobile screen. But we've had so many amazing cars come today, and right, this is where I, excuse me, poke my eyes through. If you can see down there, yeah, we've got quite a line here. Right, I'm going to actually put my tripod back up. Yeah, this is really, really good. We've got tons of cars. Now, hopefully, you're going to get a good camera view. Yeah, I can just about see you on the see what I'm actually pointing at. If we come up here, I've got this huge tripod. I love this. This is a Sierra Azura, which is quite a late Sierra. What I'm going to do is, bear with, I'm just taking the tripod off its legs. Right, Dave, there you go. Hello, Dave. I'm sure I was thinking of doing a little bit of shout outs on the admin page, but Dave is an admin on the Focus Mark 1 preservation group, and I knew that you would be interested. In fact, Dave, since you're watching, come with me. Yeah, come with me. I'm going to show you a few cars. There's a lot of nice Escorts, but you want to see Capris, Dave? I can show you some Capris. They're over here, next to a bunch of Mark II Cortinas. And if I keep walking you over here, it's quite a big yard. We've got Capris over here. Oh, David, it's got to be done. It's got to be done. And this is your favourite car, owned by Daniel. It's a 2-litre S, so it's got like the fishnet headrests. It's a smashing car. Then we got a really nice, I think this is a 2-litre laser. So not a 1.6 laser that you normally see, but the 2-litre version. And then we've got the 2.7 Cologne V6 in this one. Just trying to get you round here without losing touch of the screen. Now, bear with a sec. Yeah, this one is 2-litre laser. Oh, it's a 2-litre gear, that one. But Daniel's one is really nice. Now, I will say this is inverted, so everything's a bit back to front. Yeah, this is one of the nicest ones I've seen. So we've got a few round here. I'm trying to just maintain a good camera angle. So we've got some, we've got a Mark II actually here, which I don't often see these days. It's usually the later Mark IIIs. And again, we've got another 2-litre, which I'll just bring you in if I can keep you steady. The paintwork on that is just cracking. I absolutely love it. We've got, I'll tell you what, I've seen more Mark V Escorts in one show than I ever have done. This one is actually quite interesting because it's an RS 2000. So there's some absolutely stunning motors here. This one, get you in there. There we go. 2-litre injection in black. No worries, Nick. You take care. Thank you for joining. And I didn't think that anybody would join. I'm just did things at random. So fair play. Sorry, Dave. I didn't see that message there. Yeah, rather nice. Rather nice. You got things like this. We got Cortina here with yeah, that's pretty basic, really cool. It's really hot out here, so I'll tell you what, I'll walk you down since I've got a couple of people watching. If you are watching, this is a very impromptu live stream from the Great British Car Journey, Fiesta of Fords. And do you know what? This is a great place to come and have a Mark 1 meet. I was just saying that, Dave. The Fiesta XR Owners Club have been here today. Oh, I'll just show you this. Absolutely cracking. But Mark 5s, XR3s, XR2s. We've got over here, we've got some, oh, excuse me, I've lost track. Mark 2 RSs, Mark 1 RSs. We've had a couple of them today. A couple of them in imperial blue, the usual colour to get them. This has just showed up. This has just showed up. Actually, this wasn't here before. There's a few that have just showed up. This is the D-Reg Sierra. That wasn't here before, so I'm going to have to go back round again. This Fiesta looks actually rather familiar to me. I don't know whether it's local actually to me. 1.3 gear. You're not based in Birmingham, are you, mate? No, pal. Okay, I've just seen one. There's one local to me that's exactly the same, like gear, a Mark II and on an F plate. Right. That's really tidy. I love it. Oh goodness me! Yeah, I'm getting a bit lost here. So as you can see behind me, there's just tons of things here. So this is a good place for a meet, but the problem is I'd have to guarantee, apparently this car, this particular XR, this Mark III Escort XR3i has actually won an award. This is a great place to come and have a car meet, but I do need to guarantee that at least 50 to 100 Mark 1s are going to turn up. That's the problem at this moment. That is a problem, because I don't think we get the numbers at the moment, but we've got some just cabriolets here. I was just saying, I need to get one of these banners made up, Dave. They're very expensive, so I might have to do a shout out on the page to see whether we could club together and have one as a club. So I won't own it, I'll just be the keeper of a banner, and then each basically big show we go to, we have one of them. So it might be, I don't know how it will work, but they're very expensive. Mark III, XR3i, we've seen a few of them. If anybody's watching this, I've got 5 people watching this now. Just put a comment and I'll try and read it out. My screen is quite dark, so I'm trying to get a good direction here. But oh goodness me, who doesn't like pepper pots on a Mark II? Possibly an XR2, that being a Mark 1, a Mark 1 XR2 carburetted. There's only a few of them here. XR2s are quite rare, quite rare. I've seen one as late as an 86 plate. Escort. Most of them are XRs, by the way. XR3is, XR3s. Mad Top, hello. Right, Mad Top, I've decided to, excuse me, noise. I've decided to go live abruptly at a car show. You might have heard of this place. Yes, the camera is inverted, I know. The Great British Car Journey, Fiesta of Ford Show. So all sorts of Fords here today, mainly hosted by the XR Owners Club. So we're seeing a lot of XRs here today. But I just wanted to do this impromptu live stream just to show what is here. There's just so many cars. I think there's over 200 here, and this is a huge place. And as you can see behind me, we have some RSs. I have done a video, and it's probably about 2 hours long. Nice one. Spinning round, doing my usual thing. Try not get run over while walking backwards most of the time. But again, RS Owners Club and some very, very nice RSs here today. With looking actually very original. This one has had, it's got its original wheels. This one has got OZ wheels. So there's a few around. In fact, this one, I'll just show you under the bonnet of this one. If you can see that, Duratec RS, very, very tidy in there. So I thought I would I'd do something impromptu, but I've seen about 10 of what's over here. Probably about 10 of these XR3Is in this kind of spec with these wheels. Probably these are the nicest alloy wheels on an 80s Ford. End of. Nothing compares to them. But yeah, we've seen quite a few of these today. Sorry, my arm's aching. Yeah, we're getting some very random vehicles coming in and out, and hopefully I caught that on camera. I'm not sure what you make of these wheels. I don't like them as much. Then again, some people love them, but I don't know. God, it's hot out here. It's really hot. People ask me why I'm wearing a flat cap in this weather. The truth is, it keeps it out of my eyes. I don't have to wear my sunglasses. Actually thought about that other day, getting a flag for the show. Yeah, don't worry. It's on my mind, and I've got a design made up roughly. I just need to print it. I think it's about £200 for the flag. Escort going out. Yep. I need to get it printed. And then actually, I'll show you the stand. You have to get the weight for it to go on, which is really expensive. But as you can see here with this car, I'm hoping you can see that. So actually, you've got this stand where someone's actually driven over it, so it can't fall over. So I'm thinking of doing something like that, ideally. Sorry, I didn't see the other comment. There was a couple of comments there. Yeah, Mark 8 Fiesta. We've had a few. And quite a few people are just starting to leave. But yeah, it's really sunny here. And I think it's diamond white. Pepper pots. Man. Very nice. Really nice. Yeah, so we've seen quite an array of cars here today. Well, this one might float your boat. Yeah, got to be done. Got to be done. Yeah, got to be done. Oh, that's not a Ford. That's not a Ford. I feel a bit awkward otherwise coming to a Ford show without a Ford. I'm going to show you a few cars that is actually it got my attention today. I'll just show you this. Look at this Sierra. Now, apparently this Sierra is one of the earliest left. There's only 3 other cars that are older than that. This was built in September 82, practically at launch. It was and he's just started it up, coincidentally. That's just stunning, that is. And that'll be the CVH 1.8 or 1.6, I believe. But apparently there's only a few. Oh, I've got to show you this. Sorry. Yep. Thank you. Yep. Lovely. Got it done. Yeah, there's only 3 of these that are older than this registered. Apparently, this is probably the 3rd or 4th oldest. And apparently, it went through a load of people. It's had 11 owners in its life. It's really patinaed, and it will be in the video. And it's a fascinating. There's a fascinating story behind this car, and it is very, very unrestored and completely original, and including been stolen a few times with bent door locks. It is actually going to move off in a second, but that's cracking. There's that. Then we come around here, not being run over by the Range Rover. That a Mark 1 Fiesta in the right colour of orange with sort of the brown sort of cloth interior, and I just love the rear lights, and it's a 1.1 L. Now the guy in the Sierra is about to move off. Oh, I've timed this really well. That sounds great. Spoke to the owner for ages, and that's just a cracking car. Now, there's a couple of cars down there next to my own that are really of interest. This one is an Escort Eclipse, a limited edition. It was a run-out model for the Mark 4 Escort, because obviously the Mark 5 Escort had come out before then, and they were trying to get rid of these. And this has a lot of toys on it, and it's in superb condition. Sierra Azure, in I think a colour of Sierras that we all can relate to, being the hatch as well. And this car is it's a shitbox, isn't it? What's it doing here? It's not a classic, is it? It's a total shitbox. I don't know who owns this. And if we come down here, it's a long walk. There was actually a car that Adam would quite like, but I won't give that away. This is nice. It's an ST170, completely original, not messed about with whatsoever. I haven't bumped into the owner. I've put my channel card on the windscreen, and it's completely original. Half levers, you can see it. You can just see it. It is absolutely stunning. Around here as well, in Panther Black, and I will say the bonnet is better than mine, but as I say, that might not be for too much longer. Mine's going into the paint shop in 2 weeks' time. I just love it. It's not been messed with whatsoever, this car. It is completely original. XR2 Mark II. So we've got a ton of cars here. I will just go back down to this shitty Mark 1 that is not a fast Ford, and it's an automatic. I don't know who bought it here, but it doesn't belong here, because all I've seen today is fast Fords, and I expected this. But that makes me love this car even more. I do love them wheels on the Escort, Cosy wheels. The ST70, that ST70 looks like it has the original exhaust on it. Go back there. Sorry, I'm going to try. A minute. Right, sorry. Yeah, Dave, sorry about that. I was just looking at the so man top, them wheels are 90 spec, I think, and a nightmare to keep clean. Definitely. Excuse me. Sierra's gone, and Escort Eclipse. Excuse me. ST7. I know, I love the Cosy wheel. Escort Cosy wheels, brilliant. ST1. Right, let me just go and have a look. Right, I've now got the comments on my screen. I didn't know I could do that. It's just doing things front and centre. Right, I'm sorry, I'm having to invert you. It's not. Believe you me, that's not. I just wanted to check, because you'd actually mentioned that. Listen to that bag of shit. That's what VWs are mostly like to me. Well, not all VWs. I like VW ups. Sort of. Anyway. Oh, dearie me. But yeah, this is the Great British Car Gym. I'm just going to put you down. Excuse me. Let me just put you down over here. And excuse me, this tripod is heavier than it looks. Yeah, basically this show, I actually made a last minute decision to bring this car, but I've got another show to take this to, not next weekend, the following Monday. But you know what, since it was an array of Fords, I thought go for it. I've never been here before. I haven't gone in the museum today because I've got that set for a separate day, because I kind of knew, as you can see, I've got probably an hour and a half worth of footage. There's a lot of cars to see here, and I've come in here a little bit more prepared from what I would normally come. Forgive the racing cars, it's a racing road behind us, but it's based in Derby, Matlock, and it took me an hour and 15 minutes to get here from Birmingham on the A38, a steady 60 mile an hour, a really nice drive. And I'm going to be coming here more and more, and I think because of where it is, it's quite central but slightly up north. I think it's very much a tip box in terms of coming for a meet, organising a meet especially. I would have to organise it in advance because this place is popular. Most people I've spoken to have been here 5 times at least over the years. I think it is literally, it's cost me £5 to actually come in here, park and peak, so £5. Today it would have actually been £10 to get in the museum. So you could have asked me, you could say I've actually missed a trick by actually not taking that discount. The truth is they've got a lot of discounts going on. So at the end of the day, I'm not gonna jump the gun and do to do this museum. It's just huge. It's just absolutely huge, this place. Goes all the way down there, and then all the way down there. I mean, there's some shed down there as well. Obviously, the beauty of this place is they actually allow you to drive. They allow you to drive the exhibits, which a lot of places don't. So I'm quite chuffed that well, it is an option if you want to come in and drive a classic car. It's quite expensive. I will put it that way. It's quite expensive. But what have we got here? It's not my boat, Mark 8 Fiestas. It doesn't float my boat whatsoever. I'm actually quite surprised because I've had quite a lot of people come to me about this particular car. Sorry, I've just had a post. I've had a lot of people come to me about this particular car, and I'm gobsmacked, considering that it's probably one of the youngest here. In fact, I would say only the 03 RS, Mark 1 RSs are probably the youngest here, but they've still got a lot of interest, and I'm pleased by that. And I think every time I go to a Ford show and see what is here and the passion that people have for their Fords, it kind of reaffirms my opinion that these are going to be like top of the tree in 5-10 years. I would say more or less towards 10 years, but still. Hopefully today I've championed the car by promoting it a little bit, and that's why I ask people, if you've got a Mark 1 Focus that you love and you want to get it to shows, take it to shows. Do not be scared of being turned away, because most often shows don't want to turn people away because they don't view it as a classic. They don't want bad rep. They don't want a kind of a divisive feel. So a lot of places will just let you in. And the more you take a Mark 1 to a show, the more that you're actually spreading awareness that Yeah, these cars are not everyday cars really anymore. They are, they should be enjoyed as a classic. It's in its own way, and not everybody has that opinion. But I've met a lot of really like-minded people at this show. So we have 6 people. So who else have we got? I know we've had a few people. Who else have we got on here then? Please put it in the comments and say hello. I'm just going to up the legs a little bit. Excuse me. Just bring you up. God, this takes forever, this does. So I couldn't have asked for better weather. I really couldn't. Factor 50 is required on a day like today. Might actually bring you. I can't actually bring you over there because we've got a golf. No, that one golfs. Think. Excuse me. Just cross the road. Okay, that's better. We seem to be in a slightly better place. There we go. You know what? I'll bring you in. I'll just bring you in slightly. This is the array of cars that are here. Hello, sir. Hi. How are you? I am currently doing a live stream.
Oh, good.
How are you?
I'm going to ask you a question.
Go on.
What's this going to be on?
This is going to be on. I'll give you my card. No, I've got no cards. Right. Usually, fixing and tinkering is the channel.
Fixing and tinkering.
If you come over here, actually, I'll give you a card. Excuse me, guys. I'm just going to go over here and get one of my cards because I've had a few people ask me.
Well, I know you did a little bit on my car, you see, so I'm just interested in...
Which car was it?
The RS, the green RS.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I have done quite a few on those RSs.
We heard you come round, and I just thought, we're interested to see it anyway.
I know massive amounts about Martyrs. I've learned about Martyrs. I know more about these.
I just said to my girlfriend at the car, it can't be easy walking around with that. And if you don't know about everything,
I know.
You've got to try and keep talking.
You've got to keep talking, and I'm pretty good at doing that. And you have to be kind of articulate with what you say. Hello, guys. No more comments. Right, I'll come back to you in a second. Yes, that's my channel name. And yeah, I've practically gone round all the cars today. Yeah, it's a small but growing channel. I'm named Fords and Roses, so quite into. I mean, I've been into these for about 10 years, so I'm into the 90s, noughties, Ford, because that's what I remember as a kid. It's the nostalgic element to that, isn't it? So yeah, I mean, MK1 Focuses are starting to float my boat a bit more now. I didn't used to look at them in that way, but now I'm seeing less of them. What's the colour? What's the colour code?
It's ultimate green.
Ultimate green.
Is what it's called.
I didn't know that. Okay.
So yeah, if you ever need it painting though, it's quite hard to match.
Oh, so it's one of them you have to have.
Do you remember Ford do the orange ST?
Yes.
Before that was that were hard to match as well.
So it's one of them. Have to respray the whole car.
Even Ford themselves had problems matching it. Apparently, because it's metal and plastic.
Yes.
You kind of get too with the orange. It kind of really stood out.
That's just.
They never had the,
Did you hear that, guys?
Oh, you still
so
on, are we?
ultimate. Yeah, we are live actually. Ultimate green, the colour of these RSs. I didn't know that colour, but apparently they're very difficult to blend in. So it's one of them. You have to do the whole thing. Even Ford had problems. So interesting. I'll bring you guys over here. Thank you very much, sir.
Right,
no worries, no worries. I'm glad I brought the cards, to be honest. I've handed so many out today. Honestly, this has happened quite a few times today. So I'm probably the only one filming around here. So just good to put myself about and make people aware that I'm around. As I say, as I've said to the guy, I don't know a great deal about Mark IIs yet, but they are starting to float my boat a little bit. So there you go. all on camera, and I'm glad you've seen that actually, because that's kind of what I'm trying to achieve, and it's just kind of spreading awareness about my own car and enjoying other people's cars. Do forgive the wind. The wind has actually picked up a little bit, which is just such a nice day. But actually, if I just... I've started this live stream at the right time because we're getting an awful lot of cars still coming in for about an hour or so and then going. I'm just going to move this over here. I'm 40 minutes in. I will cut this short, but basically we've got, ultimate green. I didn't know the colour. That's definitely it's definitely one of them colours that is a bit tricky to blend in properly. But got plenty of RSs around here as well. I am kind of in the middle of everything, so I'm putting myself about, and it's been an amazing day. I'm going to actually probably cut this in about 5 minutes or so, unless I keep rambling. But if anybody else is watching this, 4 people, okay, fair enough. I think a few people have dropped off, but to be fair, you'll see this in a coming episode in a few days' time. What I love is how much people just love about their Fords. I mean, most people here today have had their cars for years. I think there's an XR2 over here, and I am going to show you this, if I can still see you. There's an XR2 somewhere in this line here that has been owned by the same guy since the 90s. And he started respraying the car when they were worth nothing. In the back end of the 90s, you think about these cars, these were bangers. These were still everywhere. You could buy them dirt cheap for a couple of hundred, maybe 100 quid at a throw. They were disposable. They were at the banger racer tracks. And one of them, the owner decided, no, I'm respraying mine. And he resprayed the car and rebuilt it in the late 90s. And it's still wearing that paint today, and he's had it 30 years. And it's stories like that just, they fill you full of confidence. And I've had my Focus 10 years. That's nothing. That's absolutely nothing. And it just goes to show, when you've got a good Ford and you plough money into it, you don't want to let it go. And there's only a few makes of car, marquees of car, that I think people kind of assert themselves to. The other one is, most people own their cars for more than about 5 to 10 years. Generally, they're people who, they modify them heavily. And the special thing about these is that it's this Fiesta over here. I think, I'm trying to remember which one it was. I think it's this red one here. And this Mark II here. They're not modified, they've been restored as they are. Now, I'm just going to flip down. Sorry about that, I didn't see those 2 comments. Hope you have a good day. I'm going to get off back to, can't see that. Sorry. Painting. Sorry, I literally couldn't see that, and for some reason I zoomed in automatically. Go back to painting. I'll see you soon, Dave. I hope it goes well. Don't, painting on a day like today is a good idea because it's warm. But I'm pretty sure you can probably watch the rest of this at a later date when I've finished filming. But to restore a car and keep it original for that long, I don't know of many other makes of car where people do that. If someone's owned a VW or an Audi, 99% of the time, it's heavily modified if they've owned it for more than 5 to 10 years. But Fords, they can be modified, but most of them are just original, and that's how they were presented, as original. Let me just have a look at the comments. Sorry. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely, absolutely, man. Type keep them completely original. That's the main aim of the game here. And it's just the love that people have for Fords is just something else. Which is why whatever Ford you've got, even though you think it might not be valuable at this moment in time, it will be. It will be. Focus Mark 1s, Focus Mark 2s, Mondeo Mark 3s. They're all in that category now. Fiesta Mark 5s, Mark 6, no, not Mark 5s, Mark 6s, Mark 7s. They will be in that category. Give them time, because people just love them. In a very down-to-earth and nostalgic manner, which other car manufacturers just can't replicate. Excuse me, I'm having to make way for this VW Tiguan and a BMW 5 Series. But yeah, I'm looking to get one of these huge banners made up. I don't know how tall that is. I think that's about 2 meters. 2 meters, something like that. And hello Tedesca, I'm okay. I think still a lot of people don't. What were you going to say, sir? I am at a car show, a Ford car show, which is mainly XRs, Fiestas, a few Focuses here and there, a couple of Mark 1 Focuses, but not too many, but a few. And mine is over there with the bonnet open, and it's had a few people come up to it, more people than what I thought. Goodness me, excuse me, something's got in the eye. I have to show you this. Look at that. That is a 1.6 Kent cross-flow engine with electronic fuel injection. I mean, look at it. You get your dinner off it. You just eat your dinner off it. I mean, we have some other cars here. I will show you Ultimate Green, which is this one, and I have covered this quite a bit. I think there was about 5 here earlier. Let me just pull up. Don't appreciate these cars. No. Mark 1s, you mean? Possibly? No, they don't. It hasn't got there yet. And I've said this to a few people today. It's in that weird time where they're not appreciated as much. They're not seen as modern classics because they haven't reached that age. But you're starting to find that in many parts of the country, you can't get them in the scrapyards no more. So it's a weird phase. All cars go through this phase. And in 5 years, the Mark 1 will have probably got through this phase, maybe a bit more than that. Ask the chap whose cars it's on how much the flags are. I might do actually. No, he's not there. He's not sitting in the seat. To be honest with you, I know how much. I think it's about 200, but I need one with full focus Mark 1 preservation stuff on it. I might not do it like that, where they've gone sideways. That might be a bit tricky. I'd have to speak to some graphics people about that, because I'd like to make it as good as what I can, and for £200 it's got to be right. So I might leave that to a vote. I might make some designs, put it on the Facebook group and say, vote for your best, this will be the final one. They look at Mark 1 like beaters of rust buckets. Do you know something to that? I've had the opposite reaction today, the complete opposite reaction. I've had this is a really tidy example, and people have looked at it like, when was the last time I saw a Mark 1 Focus this tidy? That's the way they're looking at it, because most of them are beaters and rust buckets, dented and rusted, and daily drivers and dirty, and you don't see ones that tidy. So my look on that is, if you've got a really tidy Mark 1 Focus, you're going to get attention now because they're tidy. If they're not quite so tidy but they're still at the show, that's the most important thing. It's not always about the tidiest car. I've actually seen some really untidy cars in this show, and they get more attention than the restored stuff, believe it or not. And I've seen a lot of restored stuff at this show. I'm actually going to walk you down to the entrance. I went to stop this, but I'm not going to. Hello, sir. The unknown. What? Who the... What? What is the answer? It is a car show, sir. And I've decided to go live quite randomly. And, I mean, look at this. Mark 5 Escort with the CVH. And that's really, really tidy. Yeah, so I've decided to do a live stream. Some people have come and gone. And I am at the Great British Car Journey. Can you... Oh, come on. It is inverted, so everything is backwards. So registration plates don't make sense, that sort of thing. Signs don't make sense. But I'm going to just place this camera down here because these three cars are... yeah, these are the Great British Car Journey's own cars. I mean, here we've got an Escort Cabriolet on a P-Reg. Yeah, quite an interesting car. And one that you now don't see at all. Yeah, that is the point. They started noticing my car, for example. Even in service, they say, rare to see a Mark 1. Excuse me. Rare to see a Mark 1 with not much rust. Yeah, very rare indeed. And it's good that they can see the cars for the positive stuff, not, oh, it looks battered. You know what I mean? No Cougars. They're going to be classics if not already. No, but I've seen a Ford Racing Puma. It has actually left, but no Cougars today, very sadly. Not one. So I'm sorry about that, Taras. Yeah, bit of a pity, that one. It's not inverted. Look at the registration, guys. That's inverted to me. Can you see this normally? Because to me, that's inverted. As I'm looking at the screen, maybe not, but ooh, okay. Yeah, Fiesta, late Fiesta Mark II, 1.3 gear, and then the next one we have here is your bog standard Ford Escort. And the reason I love this car, excuse me, is because you can't really tell. You will be able to tell in the video that's coming out, but the paint is so flat and faded in places. It's brilliant. I can see why they bought this car, because this is exactly the quality you would have seen from the factory. This is on an F-Reg, so a Mark IV Escort, a very late one. 1.3, and then we have a Cortina Mark II, Cortina Mark II with this brilliant sort of burgundy sort of paintwork. So, oh, it's absolutely cracking, absolutely cracking. I love these sort of Cortinas. Excuse me, with lovely interior. Oh, excuse me. Can I just stay in here? Oh my God, I'm out the sun. Right, let me just lift you up. Yeah, let me just, there we go, you're level. Lovely. I should have this as the thumbnail. I'm out the sun, that's the main thing. Right, let's go down the comments. When I was a kid, it's normal to me. Andy, hello sir, oh sorry. Says P56 first. What do you mean by that? Oh, sorry, the registration plate. Great, so it's not... Well, that's weird. So, the camera looks inverted to me, but to you it's normal. So that just says Ford, it doesn't say... Droff. I had to think about that for a second then. It's normal to me. Thank you, Andy. Thank you for that. When I was a kid, there was so many Sierra and Escorts. I know, tell me about it. Don't laugh, Andy. That was... Droff. I wonder. Well, to be fair, some people say that Escort Mark 3s and 4s were Droff. Yeah, mainly. Sorry, your comments keep going off my little screen. Nah, it says Ford. Great, lovely. Well, here we are. We have a selection of drops. This is a 1.3 drop. I should actually start that as a meme. This Escort Cabriolet. You see a few of these around these days. Sorry about that. Literally, I think I saw one not far from me actually. Not too far anyway. Good. I'm glad it says Ford. I mean, even things like the registration plate, it's patina'd. It's the original reg plates with the dealer logos on, with a little Ford emblem. I love that. I love that. I'm going to get some dealer plates made for my Mark 1 because I've got a copy. I've got the original reg. I just need to go to a place that copies it. Everybody does it. It's not strictly legal because you're meant to get the newer stuff whenever you have a reg plate change, but we know that it goes on. All these cars with original dealer plates, they're not original. They just look original because they're perfect copies. I believe Retro Plates on Facebook is the man to go to. He'll take a photograph of your original broken reg plates if you've got them. If you haven't, that's a problem, but you can do a bit of research and find out what it would have looked like from the dealer if you know where your car came from, which dealership, and then he will make you a perfect copy for about £60. But the amount of skill in that, it's worth the money. Hi Nick, hello again, back with us. Everything okay? And my mum and dad used to have an Escort Laser and Escort Gear. Escort Laser, good grief, what a name from the past that is. Was that a Mark 5 or a Mark 6 Escort? Well, assuming it would be a 5 or 6, but could have been earlier. Which one was that? Was it a Mark 3, 4, 5, 6? I know the Laser you could get on a Mark 3 and 4, I believe. So yeah, just let us know. Let me just, my neck's broken at the moment. My neck is falling off with this. Unfortunately, 6'3". I have to extend the legs. I'll just take you down. That's better. That's lovely. I love Saabs. Saab, so 9.5 saloon 2-litre turbo. I like Saabs as well. You are one with me, and outside of Ford Rover, I do like Saabs. Saab 9.5s, I like the front look of them, I like the rear look of them, and I ignore the GM underpinnings and focus on what is good about the cars. And I love the cockpit, I just love the dashboard. You know, they just messed with it so much. No wonder GM got cross. So I'm with you on that one. And if there is a car, a modern car to own, then it would definitely be this. So yeah, I wanted to actually show you this, guys. I'm going to show you one of these because I think it's a really good show. I might be copying somebody here, but I saw these signs on the building. This building is alarmed. I don't know what it's got to be alarmed about. I really honestly don't know why the building would be alarmed. I mean, the building doesn't look alarmed to me. Things are quite normal here. I'll bring you around here. And we've got this Mark 6 Cabriolet. Oh, I do like these cars. Just bring you in. I do think that the 90s stuff is very clunky and very, very clunky indeed. Excuse me, I'm just going to go back to the comments because your comments disappear from my screen. Some early 90s, I don't know what Mark was. It would be Mark 3, early 80s, Mark 4, late 90s. Sorry, start again. Mark 3, early 80s, then they changed to the Mark 4 in the late 80s, early 90s, Mark 5, late 90s, Mark 6. If it looks like one of these, it's a Mark 6. We've got 3, 4s and 5s and 6s here, so probably have a look at the video that I'm going to do in a few days, and then you'll probably find out. And once again, I've lost the live chat. Why does it keep going off? So inspirational. Yeah, absolutely. I like Saabs and Volvo cars because the factory fit petrol cars with turbos. I had a V40 and it felt like a rocket. Most people are saying who own a V40, I know someone who's got one, and he goes everywhere in it. They're just truly amazing cars. The build quality is exceptional. Saabs and Volvos have always been like that, but Saabs for me look nicer. But then that's just, it's kind of like, it's arguable, isn't it? Mint. Oh yeah, totally. Exactly like a rocket. I got 130 miles an hour out of mine with some upgrades and bolt-ons. That is good. And I love the stuff. I love it where they invented the basically you have to put the key. You have to put it in. No, it can't be started. You can't put the key in. Something to do with the gear lever. I can't remember. Has to go in reverse to take the key out. That's it. So it doesn't. So if it gets stolen, it's stuck in reverse. That's the one. I thought it was something to do with the gear lever. That's just clever. I did love my Mark 6 Escort, and that cabbie looks nice. It does look nice, doesn't it? It does look nice. It does look really, really nice. Yeah, I'll bring you there. That's a good view. Four-spoke steering wheel, very similar to what they would have introduced in the Mark 1 Focus. And this is like a purple. It's like a purple. First Escort looked like the red one behind you, and the other Escort was a P-Reg. So it might be a Mark 3 or Mark 4 then. There's only minor differences to the Mark 3 and Mark 4. And the other Escort was a P-Reg, but not a convertible yet. Most of these weren't convertible, so you would have had a Mark 6. This is one of the cars you can drive. In fact, all three of these cars you can drive. They're I think you pay so much to drive them around the block. It's definitely worth it. Mine was a real key. Oh, was it? Okay, I didn't know that. Ta-da. Saab for me looking better too. Volvo felt like a tank. I did with some drag racing and it's had so much fun. Oof, yeah. Volvos for me, back in the day, in the 80s, 70s, 80s and early 90s, Merc were tanks. Volvos as well. But Volvo kept going with the tank thing, and they're still pretty well made today, and they look good, really good these days. Mercedes kind of lost that built like a tank feel, probably in the mid 90s, late 90s, and they're not as good as they used to be, put it that way. I had an Astra Bertoni after that. Ooh, that's a good car, that is. The convertible version.
Yeah.
Right, I am going to move this slightly somewhere else. Actually, I'm going to just bring you to the front. Nick, this is for your benefit. Yeah, nice seat. Right, if it looked like that, Nick, it's a Mark 4, which was the later one. But if I take you down here, I might find a Mark 3. There might be a few. So some people have left. There's still a lot of people here, and it is 2:30 in the afternoon. I was going to end this after 10 minutes, and there's a there's a 90s BMW coming in on a G-Reg. Can anybody tell me what car that? Oh, come on. No, can't do it. Sorry, my camera's been a bit funny here, and I can actually barely see the screen. Well, that's no good. Excuse me, guys. Right. What BMW is this? Ooh. That's nice. Sorry about that. Love the Mark 4 Escort. Andrew, hello sir. Love the Mark 4 Escort. Had many Escort Mark 3s. back in the past. Love them, especially Sunburst Red. Is this Sunburst Red by any chance? Because I'm not familiar with Mark III colours. Let me just... This has got a patina to it. That is exactly how it would come out the factory. It's matte, but it's not faded. It's just matte and dull. It's kind of what you would expect. They are a bit old for me. Yeah, I know. I'm not familiar with older BMWs. I wish I still had my Orion 1.6 gear. Mattop, you'll be pleased to know I was parked next to a 1.6 Orion today, just earlier. So yeah, smashing car in blue. I can't remember. I love the backlights on them. They're a bit more than a booted Escort. I really like them. They missed a trick, Ford. I mean, they tried to do it with the MK1 Focus, with the saloon. It didn't quite work. I think saloons are were dying out. The Ford Onion was kind of like a dying breed back then. If I just go to the comments, right? So I'm a late 90s to 2008. I'm pretty much. I'd say I'm very similar. I'm kind of mid-90s to mid-noughties, and I think that for me is what I would class as peak motoring. But hey, burst by the sun red. Looks like a 318. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I would say so. Oh, come on, stop disappearing. No, it's not. Only the Mark III was sunburst red as far as I know. So this is something different. Okay. You'll see the video, so you'll be... What's happening to my screen? It's going all red. God, this paintwork is reflecting the sun back. This front-facing camera, by the way, is not brilliant at light, so forgive me. I thought they only come in rosa or flame red. Ah, flame red. That might be what this is. That rings a bell, that does. 90 to mid-naughty was when they were still not cheapening out on building, not much like now. Correct. Where the cars were kind of the most reliable in terms of what they could be: electronic ignition, fuel injection, but not overly complicated. That's what happened after 2005-ish. There's a give and take by a few years, but yeah, I would say so. Asking for your opinion, but what would you recommend putting Red X petrol cleaner in your fuel? Yeah, I'd recommend it. Every time I put Red X in, it has made a difference. My Rover 45 had a bit of a stuttering issue. I think there was some rubbish fuel in the system and it was blocking the injectors. Put some Red X in, and after only about 10 miles of driving, the problem had gone and it's never come back. So Red X does work. Don't listen to people saying, oh, it's snake oil. It works, and it's widely available. All the cleaners, the Wins do one. There's a few other manufacturers. There's quite a few, and they all work. It's as simple as. So next one. Oh, for goodness sake! Sorry, guys. Yep, sorry about that. Mine was red. Forgiven. Best forgiven. Red X and other fuel additives work massively. Thank you, sir. So I'm not the only one saying it. It's not snake oil. It works. Even mine 1.5 feels a bit cheapened out compared to a Mark 1. Yeah, they did start cost cutting around 2001, the facelift. They started cheapening the seats out, the materials, and there is minor differences. I should cover that in another video, but I need to get another Mark 1 in that video and do a little bit of a comparison. I can show you what they kind of skimped out on. It's very subtle. I think they did a good job with the Mark 1.5 because some of the skimpiness isn't obvious, and it's taken me quite a few years to learn what they are actually. But the seats are a major one. The materials are nowhere near as nice. The fabrics, the cloths, they're nowhere near. And on the leather seat models, the leathers are different quality. It really is. And the foam inside the actual seat covers is non-existent on the facelift ones. On the Mark 1s, you get a little inch of foam on the other side of the seat cover, so it makes it a bit more comfortable. Anyway, I'm going to move from this spot because I'm getting frazzled here. I'm really getting frazzled over here. So I'm just going to move over here. That Beamer is coming back. Excuse me, stop. What is that? It's a 325i. 325. I was looking for the badge there. I'm just going to close this up so I don't keep smashing into it. This is a new arrival. This is. Oh, it's not an escort. It's not an escort. It's an Orion. We've got a Mark 5 Orion here. Oh, I've got to do a video on this. Right, I'm going to show you something. I'm just going to show you sideways because I can't show you it otherwise. I don't know if you can catch that, but that is an Orion Encore, which means, judging by the plastic bumpers, non-colour coordinated, it's the poverty spec Ford Orion. Now, I've got to be honest with you, I would like a Mark 5 Escort as the Orion in this sort of trim. In fact, let me have a look. Yeah, it is a manual gearbox as well. Some of them are automatics, some of them not. Wow. Let me just put you up. That is very rare. We have a Mark 5 Escort Orion. Well, Mark 5 Orion. Although later on, it may have been known as the Escort Orion because that's when they started to ditch the Orion thing and just make it as just a body style on an Escort. I think it would have been around this time that they stopped calling it the Ford Orion and just called it Escort Orion as a body. Even like the thermostat housing on mine. Yeah, absolutely. Keep focused. Hello, late to the party, just got home and saw you were live. Welcome, buddy. Welcome, Jason. And really, we need to meet up sometime. Hopefully there'll be a show where you can meet up with me and a load of the other guys soon. I hope you're keeping well. This is an impromptu live stream. The sun has just gone in. It's been an amazing show. The videos are coming out in a couple of days' time, but I thought I'd do a live stream, and I've been live for an hour and 30 minutes. I'm going to have to cut it short I said that about 20 minutes, half an hour ago actually. But I think my internet data might be running out soon, so I might have to just cut it short. It's a Generation Vivos, so that is a Generation 3 series. It's called the E30. Thank you. I thought it was an E30, but I didn't want to say because I'm not an expert with BMWs. One of the most desirable cars on BMW today. I'm not arguing. The 325 especially, prices have skyrocketed, so quite desirable then. Most of them I presume are just rotten. You know your stuff, very nice. The Mark 4 Escorts bringing back memories, love them, and the later Orion, the Kent overhead valve engine was bulletproof and was fitted to the base models, correct. By this sort of stage, it certainly was, because on a J-Reg, this would not be a Z-Tech engine. This would be a CVH, 1.6 CVH. In fact, just a second. Yeah, it is. The Kent engine, apart from noisy tappets and a bit of blowing out oil through the piston rings, and to be fair, on them engines, they're very easy to work on. If you needed to change the rings or the valve, I think it's the valve stem seals. I know the CVH engine has a problem with them as well, but I would fancy one with a Kent engine above anything else, because if you want to own a car from this age, own something a bit more less refined. To be fair, I will say this, a Mark 5 Escort with a Z-Tech engine, which this doesn't have, is quite a refined beast. I think the Z-Tech engines transformed the Mark 5, and it gave the Escort a bit of an edge towards the end of its life when it was starting to become less competitive, but there was certainly a difference there. I wonder, why would you buy a diesel Focus as a project to restore, or are you not a diesel guy at all? It's not that I am not a massive fan of diesels. I'm not really interested in one because I wouldn't be able to use it for what I'd want it for. And to be honest, I've got a petrol Focus which I'm keeping nice. But to get for another car as a project, I would want it to get to work and commute and use it and get some use out of it. Just get a shake, just lift you up a bit. Sorry, my back, I'm haunched. I'd want to use it and I can't use it because of the clean air zones. The clean air zone in Birmingham, I wouldn't be able to drive it to work, so that's one problem, that's one issue. And it is an issue for diesels now. I'm not overly keen on them, put it that way, but I think it's because I've owned a petrol Focus. I think what I should have done is started out with a diesel Focus and then moved on to petrol, because then I could appreciate the two things, the two sides of the story as such. But because I've got a petrol Focus, I don't really look at diesels in the same way, and most of them, they're regarded as workhorses, so I would kind of look at it in that respect. But no, I like diesels in their own way. I've driven diesels. I've never owned one, but I am generally a petrol person. But there's nothing wrong with diesels, and if one came away, I wouldn't say no, but I'd have to bear in mind that I can't drive it to work without being charged. RS. Sounds nice. From Scotland, I believe. Yeah, from Scotland. Sorry, let me just look at these comments again. Diesel is robust and good for driving outside. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Mads up, the Mark 4 Ryan is better driving car than the Mark 5. I'd probably say this, yeah. Especially the gear. The Mark 5 did come in 1.6 and 1.8 litre form. Absolutely. Absolutely. But no, absolutely cracking. And that's the main thing. Ooh, and a few people leave. But I think the owner of this Ryan is about to leave. Most people are leaving now, except for moi. And for some reason I haven't. Oh, no, not quite. Second time. Oh, we'll watch this pull away then. Might as well. Yeah, these are just stunning. These are Ryan's. Go man. Look, I love this. I love this. I've been looking at this last 10 minutes. Very rarely have I seen an Orion, an Escort Orion Mark 5. They're all Mark 4s. And this is an 8-4. So is that the poverty spec Orion? Yeah. Perfect. I love it. So tidy. Look after it. 20,000 miles. 20,000 miles on this thing. You are live, by the way, on YouTube. Enjoy, sir. Enjoy the drive. Take care. You just follow this round. Whoa. That was nice. That was nice. Very true, Andrew. The Kent engine did sound tappy, but not the most powerful. Had some bad luck in the past with CVH. You're not alone there. One blew up on the way from Blackpool. That's not good. And left stranded on the M61 near Botany Bay. I think that put you off, if I'm right in thinking. So, Ooh, dearie me. I asked about that CV8 sounds so nice. I'm sorry, that Orion. I want one. I would like an Orion over an Escort because they're so rare. It's untrue. I asked about the diesels because it would be more interesting video. I think the petrol guy doing about diesels, that's on the cards. Don't worry, Tadas, it's on the cards. I want to get a balance, and I am aware that because I have a petrol Focus, I don't necessarily have the diesel content. So it's going to be done. It will happen. Don't worry about that. Let me just go down. Sorry about this. I'm just looking at the comments. Oh, not again. No. Lovely. Right, we've got to the end of the comments, and very nice cars. Oh, dear me. Hopefully you can see that, because I don't know if you can see that. I'm just moving the camera around and guessing where you are. So we'll move down because we've had quite a few people join us since then. We're just moving backwards. I love the blue Focus ST colour. Who doesn't? Imperial blue. Imperial blue. Was that the... Oh, sorry, it was the white one. Sorry. That was the white one. Sorry, I thought you were talking about RSs there. Mark 3. Brilliant. Mark 4. Escort. Mark 1. Fiesta XR2. Mark 4. XR3i. This is an XR with the bonnet up. People are leaving in their drones. Right, we'll go around to these and then I'll finish up with my own car. But right, Nick, you're asking. This is a Mark 3 Escort front. This is a Mark 4. Okay, so it kind of had a plastic grille on these. Yeah, white cabriolet, red XR, white, red. And this one is really nice, this Mark 5 with the oval grille. So we've got an oval grille and a K-reg, just got to be careful. And that sounds nice, that. Yeah, that sounds nice. Very nice indeed. And then we've got a plain front. Now there was a grille change because they're both on a K-reg. That's you've got the oval grille, and then you've got that. I'm not sure which one came first. If I remember rightly, the Mark 5s were originally the oval grille, then they became plain for some reason. I got that right, hopefully. I will show you over here before I'm just going to do the rounds and then I'm going to finish. We've got some 1600E Ford Cortinas in every single colour. That's just fabulous. We've got the Ford Crossflow 1600 engine. I mean, just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Capri injection. Yeah, Imperial blue. Yeah. CVH is great and quite powerful its size. Remember, my mate had a 1.3 CVH Mark 3 Escort when he was teenager and was pretty quick. Excuse me a second, sorry, my comments have just gone off again. Was pretty quick. Then he had a 1.4 CVH with a twin Weber carb setup. Very fast. I can imagine I've seen a few CVHs with that setup. Or just throttle bodies. Throttle bodies tend to be the thing. I think virtually we're going to be one of the last ones out of here by the look of it. Since I've been doing this. Love the XR2. Oh yes, I know. Hello Becca. Thank you for joining the live stream. Just towards the end of it. I've been going on for about an hour and 24 and I'm kind of conscious. Oh, this is leaving as well. I'm really glad that I started this live stream because everybody's leaving. Mark 5 RS 2000, by the way. That's a 4x4 2000. Love it. Oh, they're all moving all over the place now. Yeah. Oh, don't worry. Do you know what? Watch the whole thing, Becca. Watch the whole thing. I mean, to be fair, the videos I've done, you'll see all these cars anyway. I didn't plan to do this. I did not plan to do this, but I had the time. I'd finished filming, and the truth is, I've come here on my own today. There's nobody else on the Mark 1 groups that have come here. So I'm kind of on my own, and I'm like, what do I do? So I'll start talking to you guys. If I was talking to people, I wouldn't have done this. So the sad loner has gone on YouTube, but I've got all you guys to enjoy it with, and I'm glad I could actually bring it to you. Apart from me messing about with the camera, every so often we've got these lovely Capris here. Just before I go, we'll just have a look at these. Yeah, this is so we've got a 2 litre S on that side. We've got a 2 litre gear. We have a 2 litre laser. Then we have a Mark II. And then we have, I think, a 2 litre S with a spoiler on the back side of it. Really nice cars. Just being distracted here by lots of warbles going on. I have to look at the screen because I don't know what you're seeing, or whether I'm just aiming you at the sky. I mean, I could just aim you up there. Hello. No. So yeah, I'm going to finish here because I'm hot and most people have left, and there's been some wicked fours. Mark 1 Fiesta 1.1L, exceptionally rare, and it's actually been started. This is one heck of a rare car. 1.1, beautiful car. Great street. Sorry. Great stream. Only joined at the last minute, but enjoyed it. Love the Capris, Andrew. Love the old school Ford. Thank you for joining, Andrew. Thank you so much to everyone for joining, because everything's a bit cockeyed at the moment. Yeah, I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to go home in that basket case there. Hello. Yeah. And enjoy the drive home, and I hope that all of you have had a good weekend. I hope you've enjoyed the weather and sunburst red. That really good grief. Don't overheat with the AC. I know I've got no air conditioning. I've left the windows open, but don't worry, I've got 2 really big windows on a 3-door, so I'm fine. So I'm going to leave you, and I'm going to make my exit. You take care, and some videos coming out soon. So I'll exit here. See you in a bit.